So let's do it this way. This will be a video of me playing Lissandra and my first impressions of her, because I've now played to a point that I can actually take her into ranked. I mean, it's nowhere near Vlad level yet, but it's somewhere. And also, people might be wondering why the fuck I'm Platinum 5 again when I got higher with Leslie. It might have something to do with my obsession with Draven. And I'm pretty sure the wins there are... I don't know, it's not even Leslie, I think I got lucky. I played 10 games with Draven, I think, in a row, and I lost every single fucking one. Definitely my team's fault, right? Not as if I was the only, like... I don't remember the word. God freaking damn it. Linking factor? I'll think about it some other time. But yeah, it's getting somewhere. Draven is getting somewhere. It's probably not interesting to make a video of it. Like games like this, positive KDR. This is not my fault. I must learn to play Thresh correctly. I did play Veigar, and I played it pretty damn well. Alas, team was retarded. So yeah, we have Lissandra, and I should probably put when the video actually begins, so I'll try and do that. If I'm going to put a bit of spiel like that. So let's see, what runes have I got for this? Am I using this one? I believe so, because it's like that's the last champion I play on this. So those are the runes I use. It's just standard, except move speed. I'll explain why I use that later. And I use Swan. Right. So, from the beginning. I feel, right, that Lissandra has absurd roaming potential. Like, Cassadin, LeBlanc level roaming potential. Like, Glacial Path into massive CC ult. Generally means a dead lane somewhere. Oh, and did I mention that Black Man's already died? Why? Because it's solo queue. The other thing I've noticed when I started playing is how absurd her mana costs are. Like, I don't always start this. At this point in time, I was still experimenting. Like, should I go for an early chalice, or should I just go for double ring? Double ring is still the way to go. Like, I miss CS because I'm too used to the ring. Like, can I start something else? Should I start something else? Because when your Q costs 85 mana a pop, it's a bit easy to just run out if you don't know what the hell you're doing, right? The other thing I don't know with regards to Lissandra is the fact I find her damage to be completely fucking titchy compared to everyone else I'm used to. You'll see later, right? I just don't know what her damage potential is. And this video is not... I'm going to have to make a few more of these when I discover this, so you can learn from it as well, I assume. But... like, I'm already out of mana because I'm not using my abilities correctly. If you abuse your passive correctly, then you'll be fine. If not, then you'll run the risk of just going bone dry. Because right now I have said passive, I'm not using an ability, but at the same time it's sort of wasted, because if I don't use an ability, then it's not going to go on cooldown, which means the mana situation is going to get worse. It's not as straightforward passive as, say, a Swain or Veigar. That said, I played Veigar. He has an ult, not an ult? Yeah, that's what it was, ult. He has a passive that's basically a free chalice, and I managed to get myself to 0 mana because I'm fucking awesome. So, not much I can say about it. We always max Q because that's our lowest CDR ability. In the plus side, it doesn't gain mana as you increase its rank. But also because it's just an ability we're using the most. Against some matchups, I can see why you might want to max W. I'm thinking here, if you have to go top against certain melees, then the CDR will come down and you can control them better. But otherwise, it's Q all the way. What was I going to say something? She lacks damage. When an ult does 150 base and 0.7 scaling, I majestically think about Veigar's ult and just go, well, shit, I wish I had one of these right now. But that's about it. I'm trying to figure out her combos and stuff, so this will be a small journey we can have together. I don't have Swain Syndrome with this champion, I don't know why. Her auto attacks, that's something I also wanted to do. I thought they were really janky because they have a long wind-up time. They have a long wind-up time, but projectile speed is actually quite fast. So overall, I think it's the same, but you have to be aware of it. It's not like as responsive as I find other ones to be. Other things to note with regards to her abilities, Q range is actually quite small. If you ever play Nidalee or Morgana and you're used to that hitbox, and then you suddenly have to deal with Lissandra, you realise, well, shit, this thing doesn't do much at all. It has such a titchy range. Now that I've talked about that, let's talk about laning. It's very easy to shove with Lissandra, but at the same time it's also very easy to run out of mana. What you want to do is to attempt to like get CS at the same time, because it's already going to shove it back, but at the same time get them behind it so the particle shatters. So you can harass them at the same time. I mean, the main thing is still getting CS. If I was Swain in this matchup, I'm pretty sure I'll be on the floor, because you can still farm from range with Lissandra, and she's relatively safe in that regard. She has escape mechanisms. If like a jungler comes along, it's just we can use claw, we can root them and use claw, etc, etc, etc. So I regard her as quite safe. I'm still taking the ball to the face because Ori's a bitch, but we can harass her with Q from long range and just retaliate that way. I mean, at the same time, this is a problem where I tell people I have with not starting rings, that you just don't trade as well. Doesn't matter, more sustain, you have all the mana in the world, if you don't have any health, you're not going to trade. Like, I'm at the stage where I'm pretty sure even if she runs out of mana, she will just kill me with an ult, ignite, and auto attacks. That's how silly Orianna is with regards to her autos, but meh. I know she has a problem with mana early on, I've tried to abuse it, but I'm not good enough for it yet. The other thing was, if I was playing any other champion, if my opponent was on 50% HP, I would have no hesitation in just going in and smacking her face in. With Lissandra, I just put a massive question mark over it because it just doesn't seem to do any damage. It's then further compounded by Orianna having additional... Have they removed the MR component of that shit? Or did they do it and then remove it back and then put it back on again? Blah, 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 blah. Nope, they still put that additional MR. She has shield, she has additional MRs. Like, do I really want to go in and kill her? I could, but I'm not confident of it. I probably should have tried, but the point was, if like my other lanes were doing really, really fucking well, I would have tried. I just gone and wondered, could I have killed this shit? End of the day, if you have passive up, you want to throw down 2 Qs on W and 1 R. I'll see if I can get this done later. Let's see. These two don't cost too much, right? What costs the most is this. It's basically saying 170 mana. 170, 220, 320. Because inevitably you'll be using this to start unless you can time your passive, of which I haven't done yet. I'm not quite sure how you would ever do that either, but we'll see. Maybe more skilled than I am. But in general, I would suggest that you just wait to have 320 mana anyway. Could she die with this? You tell me, right? 150 ult, plus 70, plus 290. Taking everything into account, I feel that she could have died regardless. Whether I would have died as well, though, don't know. I'm happy to sit here because she's running out of mana. We harass her with Q. It's really easy to do so with melee creeps because just run up to you, and the opponents don't see Lissandra's anymore. They don't really realize how our mechanics will work. Oh, I missed one because I had to go to Boo. It doesn't count. Stop judging me. Other things, I'm not using Glacial Path in the correct manner to harass with, really, but These are early days. And as such, if you spot problems, then I will be really happy to hear them. Because like at the same time I'm teaching other people and teaching you what I've learned along the way. If you know something that I don't, then I would really love to know it. It's like I met someone else the other day when I told them what team we're on Rift, whether purple or blue. Like, how do you know? If you look above your champions when you're selecting, it'll say your team and enemy team, and the color of that text indicates what team you're on. Shocking, isn't it, how after so long people still don't know these things, but bleh. There is a small question over whether this ward should be here, because technically if you ward this you have more time if they come here, but on the other hand if you have let's say you have a Rengar jungle, right? Actually, terrible idea, but we'll just stealth past here anyway. You could technically put the ward here, but you can see how this place is completely black. If you put the ward straight bang middle, you can see the river, you can see here, probably a better place to put it. Or you could put it there, but yeah, I'm gonna go roaming because I feel like going roaming. Do you notice how that was fucked up? We have 3 seconds to guess why that's screwed up. There were actually quite a few problems with that, and I'm gonna go through each and every one of them. So, he quite clearly doesn't know I'm here, because if this was warded, right, he would have backed off immediately. Like, he backs off, but he's sort of still hanging around. So we go in, we initiate. Right? The point is, he is still CC'd, but you want to try and... No, let's go from the very beginning. When you start your combination, you generally want to try and start with Q, right? It's harder to do so, because obviously if they're not standing still, then you can miss. I mean, it's horrific, isn't it? But the same deal goes with chains. It's sort of, you just have to practice. Because if you land your Q first, and you very easily put 2 into your combination, which gives you an amount of damage that you can actually work with. The other problem I had was how he's actually still CC'd from my ult, but I used Ring of Frost, which is just not the correct way to do it. At least I should have ulted and then Q'd him, waited until the R ran out, and then rooted him. But as it was in my mindset, I just wanted to burst him as quickly as possible. Then my ally did something rather silly, which was not actually ult him. If he had ulted him, then Molly would have died a lot earlier. I was assuming he would ult as well, but he didn't. Who is my ally? This is Spuddington, on his Smurf account. Since I'm playing with him, we're just going through the let's just play. I mean, you'd argue he wouldn't have gotten that, but still. I guess it works out in the end. But I was assuming he would ult. Anyway, I still could have played that better, and that's what I want you to bear in mind. I think what I've seen from what I watch of other people playing Lissandra and videos of it is you glacial path to position, you Q to begin, then you R, auto, root once the stunners were worn off, and then you Q again. Like, we're just using melee creeps as a delivery mechanism to Q her face. There's nothing wrong with this. I am very happy with it. Swain syndrome. I should never have said anything. Oh, this was it. I am completely screwed over by this hitbox. I was aiming this way, thought that I could hit all of them with it. It's so fucking tetchy. Oh, God. I have no doubt that was a Morgana Q would have hit the cannon creep. But we're learning. I do not mind showing mistakes. You learn from mistakes. If I'm going to yell at you for your mistakes, I'm bloody well going to yell at my own. Because how else are you ever meant to improve as a champion? Yeah! League is everything in life. Anyway, I see there might be people to kill that bot, but then I realize, well, no, dead. Let's not. So I just run around in a circle in the end. Orianna is incredibly paranoid that I've gone somewhere. So I guess even in your opponent's mind, it's sort of, this person is going to go roaming. I'm not CSing correctly. I just got 4 out of 6, and she got 6 out of 6. This is why she has a CS advantage, but I have a kill, so it actually balances out. With regards to build, I still go for Athenes. I don't like Rod on list. I don't know why. Like, I will build it on Swain because Swain's a fighter, right? He goes in melee, he stays there, he hasn't really got any abilities to get people to stop hitting him. It's like, say, Zonya's? Like, say, I was going to say like Troll Pool. That doesn't make much sense because Vlad is probably equally tanky. No, he's probably more tanky and actually does more damage, is more sustained than Swain does when it comes to a team fight. But yeah, okay, especially because Vlad's a toxic champion, anomaly, etc, etc. So that's how you should escape, right? Actually, no. This is how you shouldn't escape. What you should do. No, that was the right thing to do. I lied. Especially someone like, especially against champions which can jump with you, you want to throw Claw first, root them so they can't use their movement ability, and then get the fuck out of their range. Because even if she did have ult there, because I'm safely out of her range, she can't ult me and smack me to the floor. Which is good. Being a creature on the floor is a bad thing. What was I talking about? Builds with Lissandra. I'm told, or I see sometimes, that you either go for pure damage, assassin, Deathfire grabs, 100-0 someone, or you go for CDR. Problem is with this build, I get both. By going Athenes and by going Deathfire, I end up with 39-ish%. A really high amount of CDR. Like 35 is really respectable. What else do I want to know? Oh, he would play a dancing game with Oriana. Like, way! I still avoided the main thrust of her damage, but it's still... Should I have just gone all in and smacked her face in? Yes, probably, but I don't know where Vi was. I just had blue buff, I just want to farm. Again, it's only after reviewing this that I realized I'm not doing this correctly, am I? So, we're only here, right? So, Spartan wants to come in, therefore we jump at her. We shepherd her in a position which is we go behind her, so she can't go to the turret, and we go this way so she has to go towards Spuddington, right? Which she duly does. She tries to go back, but Spud is already here. Should have queued it to begin with, but it's sort of, Spuddy's here, therefore we ult. I still ring off Frost. Do I ring off Frost this time way too early? Or have I already used it? I don't know. I don't think I did, but it's like, if I ignited her, she'd be dead. If Spuddy had ignited her, she'd be dead. If Spuddy had pressed the fucking R button, she'd be dead. But it's sort of, well... I assumed we could kill her without Ignite. I was right. If Spuddy had pressed R, Spuddington assumed that he didn't need his ult to kill her, which was right because I didn't use Ignite. It's sort of, we both know the game to the point that we know our damage potential, but at the same time, it's sort of, yeah, we both assumed something from the other person, and we just didn't. Like, whenever I go ganking, unless I ask if they have Ignite or not, I assume they don't. Just so I don't screw up. There's like Vi's here, and she's not respecting us or our damage, like, we can go and kill her, right? Which we do so. Let's talk about something else. The claw projectile, from what I have noticed, is faster than champions. Then obviously, I haven't actually tested like it's a Rammus or anything. I'm pretty sure it's not faster than the Rammus. The other thing to note is how you don't actually need to wait until the thing has gone all the way to the end before you press it again to teleport. You can teleport anywhere along the path that the claw's already at. So we did this, like we just teleported halfway that we needed to. That was just in case Vi decided to back up, which she didn't. She didn't. We went next to her, we stuck her in place, we smacked her over the head, and we leave the building. Right, free kill. Take turret, move on. I realise now that this video probably makes no coherent sense for a first one, but this is my style. We will deal with it. I just talk about shit as I go along. Probably isn't very good for people. This is why I probably should make an actual dedicated video to these are her abilities, this is what you need to do, because if anyone actually wants to learn it, they're not going to listen to a million videos where, although overall you might learn much more, and you probably should do, just because you learn much more, it probably doesn't do very much for someone trying to learn it for the first time in a coherent form. Or does it? Like, you would have noticed, this champion, I actually went tier 2 boots really quickly. If this was Swain, no way, you wouldn't see me getting tier 2 boots maybe until 40 minutes or so, because fuck tier 2 boots. But because she's such a bloody good at just roaming, and just, look, there's always pieces all over the map where I can just go and kill things. Like, oh shit. This was a messy dive, right? It was okay up until the point that went in. This was correct. The dive was correct, but there were problems. We then Ring of Froster, because I assumed this would kill her. I was right, it would have killed her, she had heal. I didn't anticipate the heal, but it's sort of, why are you even so close to this turret, right? I had no reason to be here. I could have simply stayed on this side. I didn't know where Thresh was. No, literally, I did not know where Thresh was. Yes, he's dead. I wasn't paying attention. I'll be honest and admit that. I should have just stayed right here because we could see where everybody else was. Right? First mistake. So I should have came in, altered her, stayed on this side, altered, queued, waited until she'd done something, because there's no way she's going to go anywhere. I had no reason to just... In this instance, I just slap her over the face with Flash. I mean... style points, I guess, but I just wasted Flash. It was dumb. Mistakes were made. Lissandra out of fucking nowhere. Maybe that's why I like Lissandra, because she's the type of champion where I can just abuse vision. And I don't know, it's just I have a good understanding of how vision mechanics work, and coming out of the darkness for surprise seems to be my playstyle. Yes, you will be getting more LeBlanc videos. I will play it when A, it's not banned, and B, when I'm duoing with Leslie, which should be very soon. 35% CDR. We can throw our Qs around like nothing. Except still not quite. At this point, I'm just saying, fuck you, Ori. You do way more damage than I do, which is stupid. But, oh well. I am just using one ability, she's using two, so... I guess it's fair. It's still silly in my opinion, but... it's still fair. I never liked Orianna as a champion. Just didn't suit my playstyle. That is my playstyle. It's just ones that you can use surprise. So would Kassadin be to my playstyle? This is a problem, right? I don't like playing Flavor of the Month champions. Kassadin is always regarded as overpowered. It's like, I don't want to play this champion because people view you as being overpowered. So I just don't. LeBlanc, yes. Lissandra, yes. I'm playing her now. Vega, yeah, because surprise. Get more kills. I saw there was an altercation and went here, so I clean up if needed. Stayed around this side, so I didn't know I was here, and just jump over the wall if I was really needed to. Oh, you managed to dodge that wall just by staying here. Amazing. So we picked up. You're going to ask what the hell that was. What the hell this was I assumed, right, that if you look at the team comms, right now I'm the only one who's not actually fed. I'm doing okay, but bot lane's doing well, top lane's doing well. It's sort of, I assumed actually Ori would jump on Lucian and kill him. He didn't. So this is what this was about. I thought Lucian could kill Ori and I'll probably die, but at least Ori's dead. That means he can take on the rest of them. She flashes out, which is cheating. But I should not have died because I'm just retarded. Please don't do it. If you wanted to, you should have just left the building. Trinamir doesn't know how to press R because it's fucking difficult to do so. You should ask Spuddy about the difficulty to press R. We've lost so many fights just because he fucking couldn't. I managed to complete the FG. Right? 2 items at boots at 21 minutes. I'll be happy if I got this amount of stuff with Vayne. It was Vayne? Oh god, yes I would be happy if I got this amount of stuff with Vayne. I mean, I was doing something good. Swain. A lot of Ages, Zhonya's, and I'll be happy. At the moment, we are sitting on a tiny amount of CDR. I mean, it's sporty because I have blue buff, otherwise it would be 35. CDR, we have damage. It's just, except, do I feel that I would have enough damage? Not really. Fight looked good, was actually bloody terrible, right? So Nami uses ult to force him away from the turret so we can just take it, except we're just going to keep going, aren't we? Or does Ori DC? Ori DC'd. That explains a lot. So we see that they're not actually at the turret, we can probably fight, and Caitlyn's here that I can just alter and kill her. Vi says fuck you, and police brutality, which is probably the right thing for him to do. But at this moment in time, I'm taking a lot of damage. And I should have just altered Vi. Should have altered Vi, then we could have killed her. But I sort of, in my mind, it's just Vi's backing off. And then I can, since I'm not exactly going to eliminate anybody, let's just play Lissandra as a control and just pee off Lucian. Which is the right thing to do. Why did I ult myself? I wanted to ult Vi, but she died too fucking quickly, therefore I clicked on myself instead. The part of Lissandra's kit, or which I don't get, is ulting myself. I know it's 2.5 seconds, so I can chain altogether 4.5, but it's still... He made a flash play, I should have flashed as well, but meh. Right now they'll probably go Baron. I'm saying they're going to go Baron because Lucian's bot. There's no way they're not as soon as they see it. Like, if he continues going bot, they're definitely getting it. Yes, I died, but it's just, you can still contest it 4v5. I mean, I shouldn't have died, let's get that straight. That was a stupid place to be. But that is generally how I work with regards to champion. Now they're definitely going to go for Spud and just ate a bullet to the face, but... Champions are like this when I learn them. Learn the champion, learn the lane, then get some map awareness, and then do every decision correctly. Right now I'm on stage 3.5. That is how it is. This is the thing though. It's like I don't like showing videos where we just completely like murder the opponent because I don't feel we learn anything. Like, look at me, I'm fucking awesome. I feel you might probably learn more if I show you a video of when I made mistakes or when mistakes were made. So, well, yeah, you don't make them. Because how else do you learn? I can tell you what's right, but it's far better to tell you what you shouldn't do. Like, what have I shown in this video so far? I've shown you how you should change your CC correctly. I've shown you how some of my positioning was completely fucking atrocious. I've explained some of the lane. I've explained like how I'm not overly comfortable with the damage I have. Right now, I made this call, right? The Grand Duelist, believe it or not, cannot take on an army. Therefore, it makes you wonder, what is the fucking point? But anyway, I ping to say, yes, they have Baron, they're weak, and Ori's over here, we should engage this. That was my call, and I do not regret it for one moment. Right? Positioning-wise, like, they're fine over here. No one is actually... I don't know what Nami's doing over here, but it's sort of, I spy Caitlyn, and I'm like, we might as well try to see if I can just blow her up. Which we do so. You need 2 Qs with DFG to kill someone, even at this stage of the game. This is why I have suggested that perhaps... No, in fact, definitely, you should never use Ring of Frost to burst someone unless you 100% know they will die from it. Because right now, if we do this in slow motion, like a DFG alter, right? And then like, looks like a huge chunk of damage. Problem. She's going to come out of this, and then she's going to go away, and I could have missed my second Q. Which I didn't, because I'm getting better at landing them, but I should have DFG R'd. DFG R'd Q, auto, then W, then Q again. But it's hard to say, because now everyone's running off after, like, Lucian. No, yeah, Lucian? That's fine. Just ran off after Lucian, so I had the time to do so. But in other situations, you could probably see why. If they were on lower HP, they'd probably be okay. If you had more damage, it'd probably be okay. So as a reference point, if you get a Rabadon, so by all means go all in and your full combo will probably kill them. But if not, then you probably need 2 Qs to finish them. So that's Lissandra in the role of just, let's murder someone, right? I missed my Q because I am fucking brilliant. No, really. Like, Ori comes up, hopes to clean up. I missed the Q. She is not going in a zigzag. She is not going in a fucking zigzag. She went in a fucking straight line and still missed because I... oh my god, I suck so hard. Getting better. Getting better, but still suck. I now want to leave. See, I was getting somewhere with this champion. Because what I've noticed is that people don't respect the claw range, and they definitely don't have time when there's a freaking clusterfuck of a fight to watch where the claw's going. Especially if it's going through terrain and it's not completely bloody obvious what your intentions are. Because at the end of the day, if you use Claw, it's just an option. Are you going to teleport to it? Or are you not going to? I still have the option of saying, I don't want to do this. I just want to peel for my ADC. I mean, in this case, I have a competent ADC, which is bloody useful, considering how I'm incompetent. Not bloody incompetent, but not as competent as I should be at, say, Bland level. It's like, right now... Right, I thought we didn't want this fight because if we look at this positioning, there's 3 of us. Buddy might join it, but Tryndamere is not here. I don't know where their whole team is. I assume they'd be right behind them. As it turns out, they were. They were in a far better position than we were, and my intention was to just leave the fucking building. Right? In honesty, though, I should have stuck with Lucian more because if we'd actually gone back in, I could have made something happen and killed a lot of people. But as it was, my positioning was just in a position where just nothing. My positioning was in a position. Yes, someone's going to point that out, aren't they? My positioning was not correct so that I could make that happen. Oh, Spuddy couldn't press R. Why didn't I jump in and kill her? Because I fucked up. I have no excuse for that. I could just go in with E. I don't know what this was at all. Will Tryndamere make his great escape? Nope. That was my fault. Right? I had opportunities to engage and turn the fight around, and opportunities to follow up and, like, kill people, but it's sort of, I was feeling, if I went in and killed Ori, I would just die as well. Is that really worth it? Probably not. Let's play this safe. Because at the moment, I feel that we're still ahead, and what we're at risk of is losing turrets. Have you ever noticed that I still have an ult, I'm not using it? Like, this is the problem. I got completely focused on the fact that Caitlyn was out of position and we have to kill Caitlyn. The result is that I don't notice there's a fucking bear on my face and he ate me. Hard to believe, I know, but that's really what happened. Result, we all die. Oh, God. Right, so in this position, Lucian is out of position. And he's gonna die for it. I'm wondering if I can peel for him and get him out of there, but the answer is no, we can't. So we kill Vi instead. So we can use this for future reference as well. What HP was Vi on and what can we actually burst? So, she was on 1.4k, we can burst that. That's about it. So we managed to kill Vi and get out of there. Unfortunately, we lost Lucian for it. So it's actually 1 for 1, but it's still more worth it for them than it is for us. We made a certain play, which was just acted nothing's going wrong. But would you be surprised how many people go, oh look, someone's there, they're not going for Baron. I mean, even our ADC was showing us where he thought we have enough damage with Trent Queer and Fiora. It's just ADs damage, Baron goes pop. I didn't particularly carry this game like I did in the Vlad videos. In fact, I made a horrific amount of mistakes this game that probably resulted in this game going a lot. But I can still argue that I didn't die as much as I probably should have done, or you expect someone who's played as Lissandra as many times as I have to die because that's my specialty of just, let's just not feed. I'm still trying to peel for Lucian, right? We're trying to slow everyone down. I didn't expect him to be caught by a Thresh hook, but I still don't have ult. Should have ulted, did not ult. I wanted to ult Vi and kill her, but I should have ulted and didn't. Okay, Lucian got caught, but I still could have played that better. The kiting game was correct, right? If you look at this, Lucian is in trouble. We continue slow, we continue to peel. Except then Thresh makes the play and bags the black man. So yeah, we should have just killed them, we didn't. That was my mistake. Oh yeah, I killed Thresh with the claw because he wasn't paying attention. Then Spuddy comes and cleans up. But that's the kiting game. I'm sure there'll be more of it when I play more of Lissandra. It's just roots, slows, go back, keeps like slapping them in the face with Qs because they have no way of getting about it. I mean, Vi does, but that's another thing entirely. Was that my fault? No, because Lucian got caught by a flash Thresh hook. I can't stop that. But on the other hand, I should have at least been able to kill someone in addition to Thresh. I have my ult in the fight, and right now, because I have the CDR, it will be up in every fight. I have no reason not to use it, but it's sort of, I'm stuck in a bit like Vega land, and I want to blow up the AP carry with this. I want to use a better target than just Vi. Right now, I feel I'm better off peeling for Lucian than trying to make any big flashy plays. Because right now, it's just, we can afford to play safe. I mean, okay, I can afford to like play balls out stupidly aggressive and kill someone, but my best bet really is to just peel for Lucian, which is what I'm doing. Result, we lock him down, we kill him. Lissandra's central kit at the end of the day is really control based, which is what we're doing. Like, they do not get anywhere near Lucian. If he wants to leave, we don't leave. They want to escape, we stop him from escaping. So if you wanted to play Lissandra as like a peeling fighter, I guess you could do. Like, you could technically build her with Liandry's, you could build a CDR Liandry's, and it probably wouldn't be wrong. But I don't know. People might look at this build and go, "What the fuck are you doing?" I don't know. It's sort of, I still want the option to be able to 100-0 someone. Especially against champions like Nidalee, you can catch people out really easily as Lissandra, far easier than say LeBlanc can. Purely because her kit is just, we'll use Glacial Path to get into position, we'll then blur everybody out because we have the ability to keep them in one spot, of which LeBlanc really doesn't. because they see distortion, they can dodge change. If they dodge change, you're fucked. You can't dodge R. Then it takes time for science to kick in. It's just I prefer Lissandra for that method. It's just more flexible. Like AOE peeling is good, of which none of my other champion pool really have. So no, this is the first video of Lissandra. Maybe you'll see a few more. You probably will see a few more. Tell me how you felt this went. My name's Serviette. Have fun.